Hello, America. Don't panic. Everything's going to be fine. We are going to weather some troubled times right now, but I'm here to talk to you about what to do with the kids being at home. And we want to make sure that our children are growing and getting a quality education while they are at home. School districts, many of you are doing amazing things. So thank you. I'm going to be sharing the great things that you're doing across the nation to make sure that our children are eating, to make sure that they're getting a quality education, that we're maintaining that during this season that they're at home. But mostly our parents are at home with them. They're able to work remotely mostly. And so we need a plan on what to do to keep the kids progressing. And this is actually an awesome opportunity. And I'm going to show you exactly what we can do to have great things come out of this situation while we are on home instruction. Okay, so I'm going to start a slideshow that I'm sharing with you. And I want you to copy this and send it to everybody that you want that will benefit from this. So first of all, the coronavirus emergency has us on a home instruction plan, and this can be implemented. What I'm going to show you right now can be used for school districts, for teachers, for parents at home, and for those of you who are students that are listening to this and you're old enough to be in charge of your own learning, tune into this as well. What we want to do during this season when we're not in school, and really even when we're in school, is to focus on power standards. What is it that you really want to master? What areas do you want to target? You want to use this time that you're not teaching a whole lot of different things. We want to work on reading level, writing skills, math skills based on the level of your child. You want to know where your child is, and you want to be able to progress them during this season at home. Also, thinking skills. This is something that is missing in a lot of education programs, and really just how to learn. So while they're at home, these are the areas we're going to focus on. For elementary kids, let's say ages 5 to 13, we want to work on your reading fluency and comprehension, your writing, and your math. And for high school kids, let's think about this, because the important thing is what's going to cause them to put effort into their learning. What are they interested in? So that you're not having to monitor every single thing that they're doing when they're on the computer, but that you know that they're working and they're using their time on the computer or in their reading, self-select reading, whatever it is that they're doing, that you know that their intellect is being developed in the right way. So what's missing from their high school education that's needed, this is what you want to do at home. And what is your child interested in that will cause that intellectual growth of those 14-year-olds and up? And some of the things that I have here that I would like for you to consider that would be really good is the thinking skills on how to think, classical education, getting them into the classics and getting them to love the classics. There are some schools that are totally tailored towards this, so this wouldn't be new for them. But for the rest of America, we know that this is something that's missing. Leadership skills are completely missing from our education system. Financial literacy, very vital, but missing. Some schools are doing a good job with that, but it's rare. Relationship skills, listening skills, biblical studies, and sciences. And then for our 11th and 12th grade kids, you're getting ready to go to college or higher learning of some sort. So what are those exams or the preparation that's going to be needed during this season? We can use that time while our students at this age level that are at home. So you've got the SAT prep, the ACT prep, and creative writing that we can work on for them. Now, power standards examples, let me give you a couple when I talk about it. Let me just do one. In 1 minute, you can increase your child's reading level every day in just 1 minute. So what you do is you get a stopwatch and you time them for 1 minute on their grade level prompt. I'll be providing you some examples of what a grade level prompt is, but my one friend I just spoke to today has a 6-year-old at home. And here's what we need to do with that 6-year-old. Get a first grade level prompt and time them, which is a first grade level piece of literature, and have them read it. They haven't read it before, and time them and see how many words they read correctly without making mistakes. And then you count how many words that they get correct in that minute. And that is their reading fluency level. So I'm going to be giving you some examples, but this is just 1 minute a day that you can be increasing their reading. Now, one of the things we want to do while they're at home, we need a viable online curriculum. If you are in a rural area and you do not have good internet, don't panic. I'm going to be giving you some things that you can do at home that's going to be just as good. But for right now, this is for people who have access to internet. And what I'm going to suggest is something very simple called khanacademy.org. One of my friends yesterday told me that the release that I put out had a typo. This is KHAN academy.com. So thank you for correcting me on that. But this is an example when you get on there of the type of courses. Let me go back on that. The type of courses that they have, okay? So you've got math by grade, math by content, your science and engineering contents here, your arts and humanities, your test prep. There is reading content that you can get on here. Now, I love Khan Academy because I used it during the time that I had my schools for kids who needed tutoring. But I will say that you can implement this even after we get through this crisis. This is something that you can do at home. khanacademy.org. They have schedules on here for your children, and this is the main page. But I'm going to share with you the schedules that I recommend a little bit. But the key that you want to focus on right now is what can you expect a child to do at home on one set of skill? What are they able to do? And just so you know, the time of attention that your child can give to one piece of information is their age +2. Okay, so if you have a 6-year-old, the most they can pay attention or listen to something, honing in on when they're learning, their brain is processing without taking a break, without kind of naturally daydreaming or thinking about something else, is going to be 8 minutes. It's their age +2. So this is set up for that, okay? Working on one skill at a time and allowing them to master that. We want to chunk the content, and we want to think about the lesson formats. If you're going to be teaching your child lessons at home, which I love if you are, I know most of you are working from home, so you may not have the luxury of sitting down and homeschooling your child all day. But if you can, just remember the learning process. I'm going to give you the learning process, a quick course, a crash course on home and on teaching. Okay, so the main thing is to give them quality, quick, and specific feedback so that they are putting forth the effort and they're not learning something incorrectly and then repeating that. Here's what a normal teacher does in the classroom, and you can do this at home. You start off with 5 minutes, getting them, this is what a lesson does, gets them interested, an anticipatory set or a hook. Anticipatory set is an educator word for you're getting them aware and interested in the subject so that they put forth the effort and that their mastery will increase in their learning. You're going to tell them what they're going to learn, their statement of expected outcome. You help them to focus on it. Then the meat is the actual lesson, the direct teaching part. And the videos that are in Khan Academy, you don't have to use that. There are several other resources, but this is the free one if you don't want to spend any money. They have their system set up somehow for donations and foundations that fund this. But the direct teaching portion should be about 20 minutes or less. Now remember what I told you about the age of a child +2. So that has to be chunked. And then there's guided practice. So they are practicing until they are mastering something, and that's usually 10 to 15 minutes. Then the lesson closes. They learn what they learned, they reinforce what they learned, and then they have independent mastery so that they can master that skill before you actually move on to another piece of content. That's how the best learning occurs. That's how mastery learning occurs, is when you do this entire learning process. Now, what I do is I work with educators across the nation. Educator Circle is what I work within, and we have educators all across the nation that are learning and developing and cultivating 5-star classrooms. School leaders are cultivating 5-star schools. And I'm going to be serving you in this capacity through this situation so that you can sort of cultivate a 5-star homeschool program in your home. So just stay tuned in with me, and you're going to be getting all kind of great resources. Love you guys. Talk to you later.